Unto the spoken wordland hedge I pray, primordial kunde sang dor de jang, tayan his erugas legi wong mong, brahma hasdi dorje drodrang za, dream hai shenyan vin dai mablis queen, Shila manju shagyo devi king, handsome dates 25 nanam chim, Shuburon hand the glen of kun. May the fortress of the view be gained, to reveal treasure land hedge I pray. Turkey Wang Tsök plum drakes in Gudem, Wondarnish Vajra Zandelingba, Rinchen Balsong hands of liberated, Padma Ling Dun Dun Den Zamling, Dorje Zalra Dun Jo Ling Mei, Meditations bear path be crossed, to the Dharma holders who transmit venerable maniac eight glorious disciples Newport so long, Yudhul Hatzara lang labjador, his four disciples Darjarin Zang, Rukjal Terda Kling Jak may the rest, may conduct's life force be seized I pray, till kill I was divine mandala, Vajra Sattva embodiment of peaceful and wrathful families display, Dharme Vajra, master of secrets, Vajra Vida Rana, cutting through the root of the elusive thought and you, deity within whom is complete, whole enlightened acts to tame beings, body of compassionate wrath you rise, from Dharma space great blazing tamer, of demons the 100 mood dancer, splendorous great Heruka Vajra youth, Mother God Lord Dede Union of primordial wisdom and basic space, 10 powers, perfections, 10 royal pairs, beast-faced ones, gatekeepers, earthbound ones, mighties and the rest to you I pray, Grant complete victory over Mara. A dark blue weapon perfect itself. Arisen Rigpa shines forth in the blaze of life force as wisdom wrath when the pervasive wisdom killer strikes into open dharma to space. May its ever dualistic thoughts skandhas, elements and sense sources. The three seeds will Vajrakalaya's wheels. One elaborated consciousness is fulfilled as blade bliss Vajra when the kila of boundless compassion strikes the beings of six classes. May they seize the lifeline of compassion, the union of wisdom and form signs, meaning symbols generate sparks of terrifying, blazing, wrathful ones. When bodhicitta's kila strikes the mother's secret expanse, may clouds of emanation sublime suns emerge. Beings in existence are present as Vajra wrathfuls, yet they grasp at appearances and three poisons when the material killer of science that never lets go strikes harm doers. May their pain be brought to a final end. Conquer the skandhas, demon karmic. Body is freed as the deity. Conquer the demon of afflictions. Is sealed off with bliss and emptiness. Conquering the deep demon, one gains dominion of immortal life. Conquering the demon of gods, may we gain the spontaneous perfect ground. May the four acts and eight qualities be swiftly accomplished, and specially may the flames of wrathful mantra rites incinerate the evil hearts of hindering enemies and obstructors. May glorious Seruga state be gained. Namo high and all sentient ones with reverent 3 doors take refuge in the Guru triple gem. Ye doms and victorious, whose last do freehold sentient ones by transforming samsara do. Karma killas mandala, our house for immeasurables. In spontaneous nature's palace, vast even the concepts of obstructing and misleading do not exist when it is seen as timeless clarity. The mandala and its boundaries are established freely, naturally, in the pervasive primordially pure and spontaneous, opening spines, concepts of confession and confess self-liberate in their natural state, yet should there be confusion caused by grasping at perceiver and perceived, I confess this ignorance to the host of self-arisen dear Samaya, pure Amrita, primally self born, Rakta redness, liberating the 6 realms into basic space, greater ma nomna present in the ground. These 3 are the innate exhausted Bolanzi Zingil Exerzoma Hoi Ho Vajra Pushbe Dube Haloge Gande Naiwije Shabda Phenomena existence is the boundless palace amidably zing dark blue triangle the manda love wherein the eternal grounds in close and expanse of wrathful wisdom flames within the boundless palace made from primordial wisdom self project joins at its center on lotus sun moon and for dangle demons stanza ahoy dark blue beaming light gathering it back higher rises on fabricate dead perfect form great glorious Vajra you the dark blue with three faces and sounds and four legs spread wide in a hero stands right face white left red central dark blue my grounds adorned with the five families that my heart is the life foreseen ahoy my eyes glare fiercely to the 10 directions my gaping mouth show fangs and twisted tongues my two right hands hold nine and vibrant vajras my left hands wield a fire mass and Gawang God between lower hands I roll a Mount Meru Gila the complete die ham with all virsam jarnal ground guard. Man's great God, sword core, logate, deblight, blue, one face, two arms, hurt right hand hold, the blue low, descend, embraces my neck, her left gives a blood skull to my lips in our foreheads, blue guardian. You in our throats red, I grieve bear in our hearts blue, Yamandaka, bear our navels, chartreuse, dudze, kilwa, couple. In our navels, dark green, meo, yum. In our secret blaze blue, Thubten, bear in our right shoulders white, Namja, bear in our left shoulders blue, Yungo, bear in our right thighs up in Dojal Gabo. In our left thigh, Zamber, Kamsum, Gabo. In four directions for supreme sons in den, spokesden, wrathfuls with gone. Zor Zande Nemo face money. Each of these 24 wrathfuls has 3 faces, 6 arms, 4 legs spread wide, Vajra wings turn the ground undone. Men's wielding weapons marked with their own signs at 4 gates for beast face gatekeep. Birds around the mandalas perifer, reasons and nations oath-bound Thubten, dance the assembly Shvanarima, the sisters Gopper iron and conch beings appear, thus the prince bore deity and gods are generated in the main deities are dona. Son of the joint-sized wisdom being, Rosakila in his heart, Donna, Son stands a grain-sized Vajra where hung is in gold by the moon, hiding deities crown is an home at their throats and are at their hearts. Hoy ten direction Buddhas now convert, blessing empowerment our grounds adored by a Moga city as its sign. Om Hong Sva Amha Mum Lam Mam Bam Dam. Light rays emanate from our hearts, inviting the wisdom beams. Vajrakilaya Sarva Samaya Jaja Avishaya revealing your blazing wondrous forms risen from the pure and unborn sphere of Dharma to great Vajra. You with your God from that sphere, please come here to accomplish existence as you and be granted empowerment. This wrathful wisdom, King Vajrakilaya, with your God, please come here and bestow Kilaya city, please money. Vest all the signs and symbols of success. to free from evil the three realms and break the grip of pride, Dorje, symbol and retinue. I pay one point at all. Me jabde bom bradis yaho. Ahoy, Hare Zava brings mind, maiden, real, co-emergent union, outer, right, dinner, rancy, gradai, present, to the projected self-born deities, please receive these offerings known to without acceptance or rejection. No Vajra Argam Padya Bushbe Dube Aloge Gande Navidye Shabda Pratiza Zohar. Crafted from 8 May, not 1,000 branches, great seed, great rakta of glacier space. I hold with the great Dharma, great Dharma, Exer Maha Banja Amrita Rakta Balinda Kahi Ahoy ignorance mountains by love flesh graving a swirling ocean of blood hatred above heap these we give to Dorje symbol and is ready new home. with great glorious Vajra. You, Dharma's Virgon, sword gore, logic, ten wrathful kings, wisdom and means, for 10 wrathful queens from the night sphere, emanations sent to engage, hides tiger headed Zassos with wings, bared mandalas for direction, guards slaughter rest web Gilaya guards, high beings of Gabaran and God Jano Lother oathbound Gila guards homage and praise to you and your host. The times come to fulfill your heart, bled and fulfill direct and destructive actions. Great Vajra, you sons courts and fiercely in Corlo Ugede expanse, sound emptiness, mantra melody roars like thunder, thus I will practice until the Samaya is fulfilled in the expanse of space. Light rays radiate throughout the 10 directions from the seed syllable and the mantra string at my heart, invoking the 3 roots of Maya from their very hearts. All their blessings of body, speech, and mind descend like rainfall in the forms of white Om, red A, and blue Hung, dissolving ceaselessly into my 3 places. Then all the blessings and powers of all the victorious ones, compassion in form of inconceivable Vajrakilaya deities, large and small, gently fall and merge with me. The deities of my body mandala, as well as the deities in union residing within my channels, are like the seeds of an open sesame pod. They and all the mandala deities recite the mantra, resounding like a broken beehive.
Dzambhala Vajrakilaya Saravambhayam Om 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 Vajrakilaya Saravambhayam
We start with the questions. So the first question, what is the meaning of the fire in Vajrakilaya's left hand? Vajrapurvaki sa yuba nali mepong ki tonta kareri.
나서 대가장 휴창 20매 코르 박혀 색세야 돼. 코버시바 박혀 파사야 매게 참아 챙도라. 어때리스?
Yeah, I mentioned it yesterday, and so the wisdom flames burn away all karmic imprints or habitual tendencies of samsara. The next, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Next question. When we imagine ourselves as Vajrakilaya, are we always imagining ourselves with him in union with his partner? So doje phuba kompe kapla tini takpa yum dang nyam do kom go gureve.
Olas. Really. The yapdang yum siati. Nawa yabla tongba yum sikatan mambunde hyunga. Den du sosu o dromo nam yinsam no tang te pango no kale kaporo taware. Den du da nyamni se chabi jila. Teni Dzambhala de hiyin dabo jan song. Jinshi tamadaba. Ateres.
Teni yum kom gora takpa.
Yum nawa di yabla tongba yum sosu nadong.
Gyundo kom gora.
Dzambhala de hiyin. Dzambhala de hiyin. Dzambhala de hiyin ke dabo majam no lando Dzambhala.
Yeah, so we should visualize the yap and the yum together, because the yap represents appearance and the yum represents, or the consort represents emptiness. So we spoke about that quite a bit yesterday. So if you lose the clarity or the emptiness of awareness, of mindful awareness, then you will encounter difficulties. So that's why you should not lose the consort. So after the practice, one should remain inseparable from the mindful awareness of the entire deity.
Tatelenge yancherti kasapti jayala. Kahyang ta bodang bomo karelago Thubten sinamro de. Ang samotong kinte so kahyeki de lamdoa. Nangba la de so yap de zo si yom de yomo da surkala de sin dosi de karena la doa ta de jetang la gom ba ka so 탑 dewa chimbo ningi jambata ningi sancho sem de jib la de gongores la hi was hi sawa sancho sem si pena ishi toja ngoro bo je ke ja tris ta di nangba ke la nam de la karsi ma jang hewa tho pen de mamba mambon dos ta la se ya de garel ngun jing go le lab de goro bo je ke la hi sawa de jang chu sem re so pena chuma jin na trim do ja da je yorwa ka he ke tin nan ram da bengari heng do de ni de ga na yin ke suru yu de ram da bengor de takpa de jig re takpa de san chu Kang la kan do tien du ndo dang de ni la chi tu tin da ma da ma bo yo re. Ning ge le chi ba la ti gom de dang bo to ni le chi ba la gom nang che pa ta wan jon ro sa tien du. O la yap gom de yom gom de de la ning ge le chi ba la gom ya de re. Ni ba de la da chi yap de zo da yom de yom mo de ri mo de ne cha na sta da si. Yar wo dang pom bo de so de yo bo le ka si yo wa. Ta la yap de ke yom de bang do wa. Ta de ka le ka che yo. Ngma ra he han. Thì mấy chị kế ra thì sao rồi bố chị là thì đó chỉ phải bảo con kholo gen mà bang đồ đó gì thì người bang gọi về gì bang gọi về xong ta duyên nó cả số bang gọi về sang mà chỉ bắt bang gọi về có đang trộm một text stop trên bộ nào sao thì có text để chả sao ta thì tuần đó thì cái này làm được gì na sang mà dễ cái part Thubten hirap ni ya mandalas ta hi song da yo gore sunzi te rin do ma to ngi si tik pang do gon ka le ka por
And also to clarify on that further, so there are maybe some people who are thinking about women's rights, and then sometimes the question may arise that so in Buddhism it seems that always the main deity is the Yap, is the male, and then the Yum, the consort, always seems to be sort of like the maid or the servant, kind of on the side. So what is up with that? Actually, when we practice a deity, first of all, we need to understand that the deity, how does the deity arise? The deity arises from the power of great bliss arising from bodhicitta, that arises out of bodhicitta. Once Geshe Tsogyal asked a question to Guru Rinpoche. She said that there are so many different deities in Buddhism in different colors, white, yellow, red, green. There's peaceful and wrathful deities. There are so many of them, so how can we really understand them? And Guru Rinpoche replied, what we call a deity is bodhicitta. That's what a deity is. For example, you have a mala that has 108 beads, and you might have different beads on that same string. Some beads may be made of wood, some of rock, some of coral, some turquoise, but they're all strung to the same thread, the same string. And that string, that single string that keeps them all together, is like bodhicitta. So all the various deities, peaceful and wrathful, arise out of bodhicitta, of compassion. They must arise out of compassion, because if they would only arise out of emptiness alone, then that could lead to a nihilistic view. So the Yap and the Yum therefore arise together out of a state of great compassion. That's the first point. And then secondly, if it seems that the Yap is principal and the Yum is just like on the side, like a servant, that's really not true. You should really look into that. For example, it's like when you have like a king and minister, they engage in the same activities. And for example, if you have someone on your lap, that's actually also not that easy. Actually, one time a Russian student asked Garchen Rinpoche about the Yum of Vajrakilaya called Gedema. So he asked that, do we really have to keep her on the lap? And Rinpoche says yes. And so then he asked, so for how long though? And Rinpoche said, until attaining enlightenment. So he was pretty shocked by that, and he was like, oh dear. It seems like maybe his partner was pretty strong, maybe. So anyways, but what the meaning of that is not to really hold somebody on your lap until enlightenment, but what you hold until enlightenment is the union of method and wisdom. You should never separate from the union of method and wisdom, and this is what the Yap and the Yum represent. Next.
Yeah.
Then, so we're going to combine two questions. So what is the purpose of doing the Sanskrit vowels, and can you speak on the essence of the dependency mantra and the Vajrasattva 100-syllable mantra? The Aligali tuya donta khareris, tini temdren yingbo tang yigya tuya yumsen khareris.
Honest. The al yang tang sarzil adele dawa kar sidi dawa karpo. Tani kadele Nima sidi marbori. Tambo yang es ya de sanje kan sinzambo sumchu soni tang. Tani sarzi de peze zambo jechu kan sunzi. Dordu na sanje ke yuntin te sunzi res. Ten tu nga zorambo chi sondo wang nam kapso. Jata wang kibo mari kare na loju de ha ko ko ri chungrem te. Ten du loju ju pe tawang din si loju de ha ko na sem tawang din go. Yuntin thong de ba je si tin yuntin thong de ba je ra. Ta de ba je chau ji le teni yi chi le ro yi chi ki de pe snap jo si chi le na snap kyo ri sem the chom tang jar so na teni samban ro res. O ten du sanje ke yuntin te su ji su ya adaka de. Teni ni pa yi gya te su lupo la shito tan ba ri yak la hiwa yip ju tsa ni tho ngap ju ngap je and dik yike ja se ya tan dra ja yo re te hla yak saung re o te du dik ka re ting se na pen santik dor sem na na de ni lin ji gyu pe chang chami ngai du pa sang chami pa ngai du pa sang re de ma che le ke nara ne chang tong gyu re te si din nara nyar wa si de tan nyar wa na ni dok hyu de o te so tong thu re dorje sem da ye min yours tini dorje sem pa de chikba cha no re depend na sem ji nam de sanje ni unja lower de ma te sa sanje ngus de ti dictate de pa chama changma jang sa ji la dorje sem pa ka hasen yo sa ma ko on dorje sem da ye mi pa ni su mi pa cha no os o te yi gya ga thong da te chi tini tem di ye dharma se ya te la tender ni bo la re o ten du tan jik tin kam kare na tenjin renjong ma don pa chunga yin pa ma yin se chama jichin temre le jong ores yo gewa lan rev dewa yo megewa lan rev dunga ta chu ge thon jik tin ge thon na ta ko ma chak pa te so la ni dong ta ya dan chem che ya chung kha na chu ra ang ching jam ne hib di le kan khoryo le ka da yin la ro kyu si ya te so na ta jing do ra do ten kama jichin temre le tenjin renjong chama te chang de sari ta de la ti pe cha na ni de la ndo wa de juk yo mo la na de chu nam tham ji yo le song de je de yin hi pe song yo len go ba kan yin pa ge byong chin ben de ke song de du ta ra ye da ma si tung da de rin do os
Die Karate, die Long Dinger.
chu na na yo ri chu nam tham ji yo le song chu chama de yo le song de je de yin si hi pe song yo de ke ni tung da de yin hi pe song yo len go ba kan yin pa ge byong chin ben de ke song
So first the Sanskrit vowels and the consonants mantra. So the vowels, the Sanskrit vowels, are represented by a white moon, and the consonants by a red sun, and the vowels represent the 32 major marks of a Buddha, and the consonants, the 80 minor marks of a Buddha. So together the Sanskrit alphabet represents the qualities of a Buddha. And as Dzogchen Rinpoche had mentioned before, that whenever we receive an empowerment, and not only when we receive an empowerment, we should always actually understand the story, the history, the background of an empowerment, for instance. Because it is said that when we hear the story, the history, and then we will remember these beings with inspiration, with faith. And then when we see their qualities, faith arises. When faith arises, trust arises. So when trusting faith arises, blessings are absorbed. And when we become free of doubts, all our intentions will be accomplished. So the Sanskrit vowels and consonants are for us to recollect the qualities of the Buddha. Then the 100-syllable mantra, so we have mentioned in our bodies are pervaded by the 100 peaceful and wrathful Buddhas. There is 42 peaceful and 58 wrathful Buddhas. And the 100 syllables are the seeds of these 100 Buddhas. In the Sanktik Vajrasattva, the secret drop Vajrasattva, there is a quote that says, "By reciting this just once, the misdeeds and obscurations of the 5 grave deeds with immediate results are purified. Even the realms of Narak hell become empty, and you become inseparable from Vajrasattva." So this Narak hell is the lowest, the worst of hells. Through the 100-syllable mantra, even the lowest of hells becomes empty, and one becomes indivisible from Vajrasattva. The Buddha said that all beings are actually Buddhas. They are only obscured by adventitious stains. When these stains are removed, they are actual Buddhas. So when all of our obscurations and negativities have become purified, we are inseparable from Vajrasattva. So that's the 100-syllable mantra. And then the Yedharma mantra, which is the essence of dependency mantra. Now, everything in the world arises interdependently. Nothing arises without a cause. If the cause, for instance, is virtues, the result will be happiness. If the cause is non-virtues, the result will be suffering. We can see it in the world. For example, a thief or a criminal will eventually be arrested by the police and put into prison, for example. And then those individuals who work for world peace and to engage in activities to support the environment, environmental activities, or other charitable activities to help others, that they will be respected in society. So everything arises interdependently. In the Chöd aspiration prayer, it says, all phenomena arise out of causes. And these causes, the meaning of these causes were taught by the Tathagata, by the Buddha. And the cause of happiness is taught to be one's virtuous endeavor in creating the causes for happiness. Next. Then, what should we focus on when chanting the Tibetan text? Also, 이게 디 벽에 날라töna 디 갑라 카레 삼고리스.
알았어. 다 제땅 라고냐라. 레이야 요래. 데 가레리스나 제네 예그님 볼라. 제나 유데 예스. 두나 데니 디 제름 고미약 탑비야 요래. 다데엔두 벤나 ngati yonyala unza ngati se ya tang ngati der mbo che ka chang kale kha hyuri de ina yang de za che hyuri kam du din ke mili de le de ne de ni sanje ko ma top toguri song song de unza ngati se de ni ta kale kha hyu de gonji ri se gongala thima ni ri che go ri se tambo jade ke de ko pa ni 마 공아지 디지라 공아데 게네더니 하베 다 지우데 바 동고라 되는데 데르 노르지지 되니 주지 세야들 좋아 숨지 되니 주지 세야들 깨직 중기 있을 데인데 다라디 뭐게 돈이 노르 저는 저 가요 막 아데 같자는 뭐지 송 대화 맞지 공 좋았던 송 Dani ma più zopo ko si carere si. Ta tendu. Rani yen doji yun ko si. Kechik tongchi chalam so doji yun ang sand. Kechik tongchi. O tagarang gomna ni ma deseten de hures. Di toni nyami wen, right?
Puketun pikapla.
Purken tong rani yen doji yun ko kechik tongchi chalam.
There are 4 ways of visualizing a deity, and they are related to the 4 ways in which we can take birth. And there are 4 ways in which we can take birth, also are related to the 4 classes of Tantra and 4 kinds of generation stage, 4 ways of visualizing the deity. The first one is the womb birth, and that is connected to the generation stage called the 5 manifest enlightenments. And Rinpoche also mentioned before that this is really very difficult birth, and that is also why it is so precious. For example, birth only when one is born as a human being and possesses those 6 elements, 6 constituents, one can attain enlightenment. That's the first one. The second one is actually most difficult. That's the egg birth, because when one is born in an egg, one actually needs to be born twice. First, one matures in the womb of the bird, of the hen, for example. But then secondly, one is in the egg, and then one has to mature until the egg cracks open and the little bird comes out. So that's the second one. And then the third one is birth through the combination of heat and moisture. And that is related to a generation stage called the 3 sadhanas, or rituals. And then fourth is the miraculous birth, which is related to the instantaneous visualization of the deity. And of course, it's difficult to visualize if we are reciting it in Tibetan. That's okay. And you can think of one question that Rinpoche was asked once. He mentioned that the other day, someone asked him about the meaning of this line in the Vajrakilaya practice, I myself arise in the uncontrived complete form of the deity, which is the primordial form of Vajrakilaya. And this visualization is an instantaneous visualization. So while we are reciting the Tibetan, you can generate this instantaneous visualization, that in an instant you think that I am Vajrakilaya.
Tela pete jar chole nyadang watavos chunang ne yatang tu. Tela an hona tis di doji yun kom gol madwang chayal kabora. Ben mek zum the doji yun chalam shanata tin do.
As this example that we give in Tibetan often, that is one arises like a fish leaping out of water, and that is in an instantaneous way. And so, of course, if one has not already habituated to kind of practice, then it is maybe difficult to visualize it all at once. But so ideally, the deity instantly appears in your mind as you close your eyes. And on pages 17 and 18, please explain this visualization and symbolism of the following. The Humka Yapyum, and Hayakriva Yamantaka Tutsikyelva, Mio Drupchen Namgyal Jungen, Togyal and Kamsum, all Yapyum. Shokte Chuptun and Chopgela, Tini Kocheki Lakashidua, Humka Ramdinla Soba Samayapyum. Then so Samaki Kana make a kana sard up gore, didn't it? Then so get on the relation to Kareri.
Okay. That day, Coachella, la du book, Caralago, Topta, Nuba, Bernard Tanga to Lala, Go, Song, To, Yontin, Chinese in La. tani pongwa ye yung da gangba ye yung sin chum du kyon do wa ta ti indu te cho chama ti karasina tan nuba tan chu re tani te la koran la ta kadon ram da tang de gomya yor te ko pan ta ya ma to re re gin re ja go na Nima ti la cha ya ma re na cho ti pana tara boxing ja go na tana masa chen bo go do ha ko so ta nga da go ne to ma re tani cha la ji go cha ba kang ba la to go do ho te ndi ta do du na nu ba so la ma ti la koran na kare kado kare da te na so so sa ta go ra
cô son thuốc trên lên
ko
yuan
so
den
yon ten chen
tani
la
pongba ye yuan gangba ye yuan
kang ba ye yo
tit go mare
go chi te kare da
tit kare
ka te gong te wa gong da wo ni le te yo ta za ne cha ma te be wo le te yo ra za som gu dun do du mo gong bu ka sa te gong du zi che te wa ma yo ya te be gong le do o te be gong le du zi che wa ya yo do de na ta te sa ma nu ba re zu po ne cha ma nu ba
tit tu mo te la ko mare va
du mo te wa ya te wa te
ina
du
ti
mo
kang
sa.
la va
Ya
And so these are the armor deities that endow us with power and strength. So first there are each is a deity that represents a quality of that all deities possess. So enlightened body, enlightened speech, enlightened mind, enlightened activities, and enlightened qualities. So these are 5, and 5 different places on the body. And then there are the left and the right shoulders. And then there's left and right legs, the thighs. And then that's 9. And then number 10 is the navel, so above the navel, over the navel. And so just below the navel is where we visualize the 3 channels converging in the context of Tumo practice. But this is visualized right above the navel, over the navel. And so each of these deities has a different appearance, but it would take more than a day to just go into the meaning of each of them. There are images available, so it would be best to look at these images and then visualize them in this way. But the purpose is that they give one strength. Like, for example, if you're a boxer, you need strength in your shoulders. So you need strong shoulders, not like myself. Or if you want to lift a heavy object, you need strength in your thighs. So these deities give you protection by bestowing you strength. And then they are visualized in their individual colors, which you can find in different images.
Mm-hmm.
And then, can you explain the concept of a mandala? 일단 긴 코스 이야기 전달하래요.
예, 호르시도 닝보렌사 랑도. 다티 산스크리트 라 만달라 랑도 멘더 닝보렌사. yen horsea 닝보렌사.
So the Sanskrit word, so the Tibetan word is ginkgo, and mandala is the Sanskrit word, and mandala means to take out or extract the essence. Then, what is the direction of the mantra garland from both the yidam and the consort's perspective? Nganko yekwa kogoriana yunkwa kogorive. Yana di mandawa yorava tatang pena yap kitatang deni yum kitatang kotang chiparve.
Ori katsan hyun ba tara dordi purpatela ndrot sel tin yana yela yun to ku yesu hola ore ndrok di tara karago ngote nangla tin yuna yun ye to ku yun to kolar da the doji propate yun to ku yes horgores ta tendu di soso doji propata po nari mo nari ta sel zogri mato nang sem tik bar wa tendu soso doji propa gon ka so tarang chohores dela kahale che goza mari
yum kita tang la kaka mara.
yum soso mo na doji propa gom da.
So as you mentioned yesterday, when the syllables of a mantra are facing outward, then they are set up in a counterclockwise manner, and they circulate in a clockwise manner. When the syllables are facing inward, then they are set up in a clockwise manner and then circulate in a counterclockwise manner. In the case of Vajrakilaya, since the syllables are facing outward, they are set up in a counterclockwise manner and circulate in a clockwise manner. And so regarding the different perspectives of the Yap and the Yum, so you are visualizing yourself as Vajrakilaya, and the Yum is part of that. There's not really a difference between the male and the female because it's just an outer appearance. The inner mind is the same. So that is why the direction remains the same. What is the color of the light emanating from the mantra garland? Is that light interacting with the other yidams or beings in the mandala? Ngangchen wesa trogiyati kato kareres wesa ki kato teni wesa tim kingko ki latsok yidam shemba tensolan derva soge tu es wedi.
Ti wesa de kachan boji sona yiri zewa tang samje ke wesa res degas nagi karalaw kino ta sinimak utan da mayimba de ditela wesa na chola yeken de karsima jan susu katse kado kare gonton na dores ti wesa de tu wesa de ya teni zak sum zawasum gla de tukala pon de tudam ji yukro chi dres tudam ji yukro teni je karalaw so
Kingko ki latsok de la derva soge tu.
ya tudam ji yukro ra ya konsul kurmasi.
As Gachin Rinpoche mentioned yesterday, the nature of these light rays is not just something like cinema light rays, like a theater, but they are the light rays of love and or loving kindness. And whatever color you can generate in your mind is fine, white, red, blue, and so forth. So these light rays are sent out and they touch upon the hearts of the three roots deities, and in this way invoke their enlightened mind stream. Are the Omahung and Vajrakilaya snowflakes purifying the other yidams in the mandala? Teni Omahung, teni doje pova ki kang nangshin ma babki yorwa. Teni Kingo ki latsok shemba tensolayang takpa sege tue changwa na purify na che tue.
Ya, tati nga cho na lu nga yi som sehura, la la go song tok sehuri, ten tudan korondu la keteni. Go yesenap de nga chu lu la hyok, song gesenap de nga la hyok, tok gesenap de sem la hyok gore. Go nan dong, song trak dong, tok de dong, dang sar dong la ure ten. Teni omni karpo ayik marpo huyim tingha ke nambal. Teni ma charpa papa tala mar sun si. Ma pe. Charpa tala si so so la.
Kingo ki lala na tim gere.
Ya, ta ti ji la teni yang
Jela.
je yong kon do wa.
Okay.
Te chama chon driwa de nyampu le yan de sare.
So first, so we have ordinary body, speech, and mind, and then the deities possess an enlightened body, speech, and mind. And so after we have invoked their enlightened mind stream, then the blessings of enlightened form enter our bodies, the blessings of enlightened speech enter our speech, and the blessings of enlightened mind enter our mind. And in this way we actualize forms as empty appearances, sounds as empty sounds, and the mind as bliss emptiness or clarity emptiness. And so to symbolize that, white arms, red ass, and blue hungs descend down like rain falling down and dissolve into us.
양절 같으니 워전트인도 소프트도 숨을 요부더니 야와시 조부 산지 탐지에 실린 데세 산조 선바 탐지 도게던 선랍니 바 탐지 되니 도르지 퍼플 남발 되니 남바다 디글 라초라 거침보도 로전 충충도 베다 용가점 거치차 바드미 바시 된도와 되니 마습습 손데 소소라 템 부갑스 되니 소수르라 거쳐클라우다 거쳐클라다 답베 라마 보여 류저저 차마 라당 인야 짜네 차마 라야 염도 차마 때르지 카세와나지 어데 망보된다 오라스 왔다고 남다스 되니 때소라도 테마 타도 진코와 남지 하라 보마 창기바도 저저 스페는 본 창나나 되니 때 깨자와나지 되니 다고 당 송하당 도등이 짓더라 용호레스 창기바다를 된다 삼송 시티는 하다고 노스
And then again, light rays radiate, and so these light rays then gather and collect all the blessings, the compassionate blessings and powers of all the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions and 3 times, which then descend in the form of Vajrakilaya deities. Some very large, as large as mountains, and some very small as mustard seeds. They all descend and dissolve one by one into yourself, and then also that awakens the armor deities in your body. So you have said that all the deities are complete within your body. So all the deities are in your body are touched by these deities descending from space, like rain falling down. And once they have dissolved into you and all the deities in your body, like it is said in the text, the moment they are touched by those deities, then all these deities in your body begin to proclaim the sound of the mantra, like an opened sesame pot, and they proclaim the sound of the mantra like a disturbed beehive. So then you think that all these deities, all these beings in your body, their forms has become the deity, the sound, the mantra, and the mind a state of samadhi. So within that state, we should recite the mantra. Then I've heard it said that many Rinpoches suggest students recite this mantra while walking around. Would one visualize the people and beings around themselves as beings in the mandala, as wrathful bodhisattva beings, and should they be rained on? Dini Rinpoche mambo ta Lama mambo tene songu yore. Di nyemba di doshin tengo go yores. Dini di kapla dini mi mambo dini tamda togu yorwa. Denso chama Ginkgo Gihlan nangshin gom go reves. Yana do Changchop Sempa Trobo gom go reves. Dini koranzo telang sinap denso papki dues chaban nangshin.
Reji te jikni songu songra. Nasi lakor go warji sangha jiren ponsom chos. Jiren seate kunta mari yon rubris ko napo je katsa dan na kapo cha yo marwa. Den de jiren te yeni so so le yoba te le yoba ngun jing re. Teni churan la hiwa gom na tro ma zigbo dan tro gom man yambo dan hiwa gom kare se den do den nasi lakor go go re den de des nyamni de thomna sangha jiren pusum choba cha.
Then some genre.
Nasi Dharmaranza 해야 되지.
So, Drikung Dhammaratsa had said that when you recognize that everything that appears and exists is the divine form of the deity, you have accomplished the generation stage of the secret mantra. So the generations stage is not something that is fabricated, but it shows that primordially, essentially everything is pure. It is not a pure fabrication. It already is pure. So if something wouldn't be already pure, so something that is pure cannot actually become defiled or polluted. So we are recognizing what actually is. So for example, if you're walking around and you recite the mantra and you meet someone who is more of a formidable person, you can see them as a wrathful deity. And if they're a gentle person, you can see them in a peaceful form. But in any case, you should see all that appears and exists as the form of the deity. And then it is said that to a meditator of the generation stage, all appearance and existence appears in the form of the deity. Also, Gachin Rinpoche had said that this place is a holy site of Chenrezig. So if one has this pure perception, and this is how one sees it, maybe to our ordinary eyes, we just see rocks that look like eyes, but then to Rinpoche, for instance, these are the 1,000 eyes of Chenrezig, or the 1,000 eyes which are the 1,000 Buddhas of this aeon. Yeah. Then are there accumulations for these two mantras? If so, what are the totals for both? The nyamba ni yora shakta ni shu zabdunla. Dela di sogore ves sogona teni katsu sogore.
Jurang yedam samna deba kapsa ti daki nyimba sogore. Ndo chudotela yedam nyamni siu kapsa ndro chudotela bom chudot ndrom la ndro ndrom la te sohore. Tata nyamni saw kapsa to semri la. This all maso so sundu pares.
Nipati? Nipati?
Nipati mixa saya yo man do dena tang saya kechi o mari. Sem kechi mori.
If you're doing a retreat on a mantra accumulation, you mainly recite the mantra for the self-visualization. So this is the 16-syllable mantra. And generally, it is said that one should recite 100,000 for each syllable. So in that case, that would mean 1,600,000 recitations of that mantra. But the second mantra, there's no certain number to be accumulated, but also it's not only about the accumulation. What's most important is actually to practice within one's mind.
Okay. Last, okay.
One more.
My mind to come back in German, and hard past 3. German mind good, no less time, right good way. Not today, not there time, my mind, I beg. Okay.
Is the seed syllable contained in the sun disk? What deity is at the top of the sun disk? The Tuksok di sabun di hong la kesara Tuksok di Nima deng di nangla yorwe nangla yina deni gangla Nima deng gangla karere hala karere
Nima gangla hong Nima the din so yadam gomdora Tuksok la den taratela dorje ke tewatela deni Nima din yunga ke bat tiktin la hong puchi bana lapsong khadan bo sabo song tangen de ke yanje te jago ya mados denji pema Nima dawase Marek pemba kirab.
So we don't visualize in the sun disk, but on top of the sun disk, we visualize the syllable hung. And you visualize yourself as the Yidam deity. So the deity is yourself. And then at your heart is that Vajra. And at the center of that Vajra is a sun disk. And on top of that, the sun disk has the size of a mustard seed. On top of that is the hung syllable, the thickness or the kind of the size of a strand of hair. So Gajin Rinpoche also mentioned that already yesterday, so I won't go in that again. But you have the seed of the sun disk, which represents also the dispelling of the darkness of ignorance. So it is a symbol of wisdom.
That's that in important lobon Lama nampala zosor hiya tang atana damada labdera then the doji pundo nam tang Chitwate so Daman Trupata, Sarvo Manipa, Nontermambo Chonris, the Zuber Soya Inns, and take the Nipa Tixiran so the Sarvo Chad, the Pentona, Chupa Inti and the Losava Gudin Race, Tenity and the Naranka Revalata, Sama Parchegan and Dorji Purpudar, then is Haja Chimbuk, don't the Tinton that and Drupchen. That ought to be Revatam Holam, Tahidelesia Yens.
And so lastly, I would like to ask for the forgiveness, the patience of the Khenpos and Lobans and Lamas here for answering them the questions. And I might have said all kinds of things. And also to you, my Vajra brothers and sisters, I apologize and ask for your forgiveness if anything that I said was unclear or there might have been mistakes and so forth. Then I apologize to you. And however, if there was a word or two that brought you some clarity and that helped you, then that is an offering to you. So also it is the kindness of the translator. So it is my hope and my prayer that through this practice of Vajrakilaya, all your obstacles will become removed, become liberated, and that in this very Drupchen retreat, you will realize the state of Mahamudra. So, Tashitelek.
Om
Vajrakilaya sarva vignan bamure. Om Vajrakilaya sarva vignan bamure. From the mantra garland light rays and a second garland issue forth, passing from my mouth into the mouth of the Gunzurn. The self-resounding mantra proclaimed by the inconceivable dakas and dakinis in the Gunzur's four chakras arouses the mind stream. From the Gunzur's secret place the mantra garland enters my Vajra, and the deities residing within my channels proclaim the sound of the mantra. I visualize the mantra garland dissolving ceaselessly into my heart. Om Vajrakilaya Jahum Bam Ho Katam Gaya Jaye Bijaye Hajite Haparashite Mara Sina Parmatanaye Sarva Bignen Bam Hong Be. Om Vajrakilaya Jahum Bam Ho Katam Gaye Jaye Bijaye Hajite Aparajite Marasana Parmadanaye Sarva Bignem Bam Hong Be. Om Vajrakilaya Jahum Bam Ho Katam Gaye Jaye Bijaye Hajite Aparajite Marasena Parmadanaye Sarva Bignem Bam Hong Be. Om Vajrakilaya Jahum Bam Ho Katam Gaye Jaye Bijaye Hajite Aparajite Marasena Parmadanaye Sarva Bignem Bam Hong Be. Om Vajrakilaya Jahum Bam Ho Katam Gaye Jaye Bijaye Hajite Aparajite Marasena Parmadanaye Sarva Bignen Bam Hong Be. Om Vajrakilaya Jahum Bam Ho Katam Gaye Jaye Bijaye Hajite Aparajite Marasena Parmadanaye Sarva Bignen Bam Hong Be. Om Vajrakilaya Jahum Bam Ho Katam Gaye Jaye Bijaye Hajite Aparajite Marasena Parmadanaye Sarva Bignem Bam Hong Be. A I O Re Le O A Ka Nga Cha Nya Ta Papa Ma Yara Lawa Shasasa Haksha Swoha. Om Vajrazato Samaya Manubalaya Vajrazato Tvenopa Distadridam Hebawa Sutagjayom Hebawa Supojayom Hebawa Anuraktum Hebawa Sarvasiddhim Hebrayacha Zawa Karma Sutsame Zitsam Shriyam Kuru Hong Ha Ho Bhagavan Zarva Data Gata Vajra Mame Muncha Vajra Bhava Maha Samaya Sato Om Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhava Hetu Tegam Tata Gato Hayavati Tesham Chayo Naroda Evam Vadi Mahashramanaye Soham Glorious Great Vajrakilaya and divine God, please come here. I make outer inner secret offerings. I praise your body, speech, mind, qualities, activities. I confess transgression, heedlessness, and confusion, vows marked broken. Lovingly consider with compassion and please grant all accomplishment to me. Page 39. Namo, by the truth of the three jewels, the three roots, and the assembly of the 78 deities of the Yidam Vajrakumara, force every harmful being, Samaya, breaking demon and rebellious spirit into this red form of flesh and blood, drag them here. Ja Hung Bam Ho. The essence of the flesh and blood of enemies and obstructors appears as inconceivable enjoyments of desirable sense objects. Hum ha hung, hum ha hung, hum ha hung. Light rays emanate from the hung at the heart of myself as the glorious great one, inviting the oath-bound Kilaya protectors and their retinues from their individual abodes. Kilaya guards have sworn an oath before Master Potential Shvanas Rematis, sisters, for great king warriors, blazing one's mothers, sisters, endless, glorious, unwise hosts. By the fourth of your oath, please come here. Om Vajrakilaya Mohagataya Mama Shrigam Karma Karaye Saparevara Vajra Samadhya. Om Vajra Pushpe Dupe Aloke Gande Naivite Shapta Pratishaya Soha. Mahapansa Amrita Kahi Maharakta Kahi Om Vajrakilaya Mohagataya Mama Shigam Karma Karai Sapare Vara Idam Balingta Kaka Kahi Kahi. Om Vajrakilaya Mohagataya Mama Shigam Karma Karai Sapare Vara Idam Balingta Kaka Kahi Kahi. Om Vajrakilaya Mohagataya Mama Shigam Karma Karai Sapare Vara Idam Balingta Kaka Kahi Kahi. 12 of Bankilaya, guardians and retinue, please accept these sacred offerings and protect the Buddha's teachings. Glorify the triple gem, defend the Dharma kingdom and the Sangha, counteract this world decline, increase the benefit and happiness of sentient being, be allies to us yogins, accomplish the activities of mantra holders, vanquish hostile enemies, destroy harmful obstructors, especially pacify outer, inner, and secret adversities for us Samaya holders gathered here. Cause favorable conditions and everything good that is desired to flourish and increase. Perform activities to help us swiftly attain all common and supreme accomplishments without exception. Ahoing great glorious Vajrakilayas, vow holders, obedient guardians, Jvanas, Remedies, sisters, fields, king warriors, mothers, sisters, female, envoys with awesome charnel ground gear, wrathful ladies of unhindered skill, praise to you with endless retinue, act to fulfill deeds entrusted you. Om Sarvadrajam Vishwadaya Huing Bang. The feast substances are at the heart of the feast vessel, a precious 1,000-branched offering tree from a blazing dark blue hung, standing on a sun, moon, and lotus. Arise, Ram, Yam, and come, which burn, scatter, and cleanse all impurities. Om, 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 Lam, Svam, Ham, Ham, Bam, Hadam. An array of sense pleasures with the nature of the 5 Buddhas and their consorts great Samaya appears. Om ha hoing, Om ha hoing, Om ha hoing. To gain existence, skill, and cities, wisdom, wrath, deities, come here. Having come here to this place, show your marks and signs and grant the attainment of Kila. Hom Ahoing, outer worlds in her being's on, secret offerings a perfect display of delight sanctified for the feast. These we give the great glorious couple and their court and wrathful couples and Kila guards, please accept them, restore our Samaya in the vast expanse. Gana chakra muja jana mata muja bhakta. This gathering whole of the great ones, pledge our no ground where Rudrazari list is lavish with ornaments and gives out her offerings heaped enjoyment. Clouds in her offering, so desire, both secret offering, wisdom consorts, dance ordinary appearance existence are reflected images of light, then specific Samaya, bring substances great, small, specially, and down blue tree, white sheep, black origo, great red rock dust, great beer and or Ma'os, these feast offerings are purified with samadhi, knowledge blazes. For these unsurpassed substances, blessed by sameness and increase to equal space, we give Lakey Wang Mo Lady. Om secrets Prabha Hasni Dreng. Tsar great bliss Queen Jorling Pano. Ledge holder Suva Jiva Drangi. Lahua end up with the three Kai. Yours and 9 lineages as we all ver all our graves Samaya Zari. Store Vajra Sattva, all pervading. Lord, glorious one, risen in blazing form, destroyer of Mara slayer. Oh, vow breakers, blood drinker, Vajra. Youth and space queen, Korloge Debnon. Dual father, mother, our bond is restored. Wrathful kings, queens, embodiments. On then virtues did perfections with your projections and 20 beast-faced ones you subduers our bondage restored great sons are risen from enlightened body speech mind who crush vicious ones to dust through the family's emanating and gathering back our bodies restored for beast-faced gaping gold. Says the actual for immeasurable blazing ones who when act for great enlightened deeds our bond is restored for Shvana sisters our allies who look after us yogins and who guards Vilaya's teachings great and don't do foes umstructors our bonds is stored for ematis our bond is restored for her shield sisters our bonds restored for king warriors our bond is restored 28 mighties our bond is restored 21 Genyans our bonds restored plague protectors our bond is restored chief and core with your projected host our great bonds restored the expanse to restore our profound Samaya from transgression confusions wounds and downfalls of Dan branch please bestow cities and empowerments for actions 8 great cities and the great treasure of enlightened body speech and mind troubled times invaders evil hordes who harm the Dharma and all beings devious demons ruining bad gangs of oath breakers the fiends whom cause hindrances to practice all are smashed to dust by Kilaya substance. Hell burn them in your blazing mouths, bring them to an end with savage play, leave not one atom's worth of their names behind deities of wisdom, wrath, bless us yogins who practice you and swiftly show signs of accomplishing existence as Vajrakilaya Yeah, you've reached piercing minds most limb. Midstream the former's the three vows awakened in the unborn day. Spy accomplished to aim spontaneously. Samaya Vorions is restored with the Father appearance, restored with the Mother emptiness. We've restored the great non-dual play, hoing in primordial Rigpa's liveliness, self-arisen, unconfused, thought-free. All impaired and broken vows liberate to their natural state, yet even so, if I've grasped at mind appearances, I confess it in the vast expanse. Om Vajrakilaya Samaya Manupalaya Vajrakilaya Venopa Dikatuta Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Anurakya Mebawa Sarva Siddhi Mepraya Sarva Karma Susame Sisam Sriyam Guru Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sarva Tathagata Vajra Mamenuncha Vajra Bhava Maha Samaya Sato Namo, by the truth of the three Jews, the three roots, and the assembly of 78 deities of the hidden Vajrakumara, whose every humble being, Samaya, breaking demon and rebellious spirit into the linger of the final peace offering, drag them here. Om Vajrakilaya, enemies, obstructors, and hamduja. Hum Bam Ho Shikamanaya Hum Pe. The time for great Samaya has come. The time for great emanations has come. The time for great the time for Svana sisters has come. The time for Emhati queens has come. The time for greater sisters has come. The time for your Samaya has come. The time to reveal your skill has come. Through the blessings of great wrathful one, at once drag here foes and obstructors, vicious demons, disruptors who steal accomplishment, harms who've roused the mind of supreme enlightenment, us knowledge holders who carry the line of the 3 times victorious ones, having truly liberated them through direct destructive actions, wrath, and reduce their body speech to dust, cause them to experience suffering. Om Vajrakilaya, enemies, obstructors, and Samaya, demons, Maraya, Hum Pe. your mouth, great one and God, great glorious Father, Mother, open, ten with walls of united hosts open, to your mouths we serve our foes, conduct, please partake of hostile enemies, leaving not a single speck behind, Vajra Yaksha Krodha Kaka Kahika. Ahoy, call you with powerful abilities in this endless universe. Heed us as we've served you and restored our vow. Carry out repelling actions now for us yogins and our retinue. Turn back demons, crusade from above. Turn back lower devils rising up. Turn back thwarting charms of rebel gangs, angry spirits, magic spells, evil divinations, dagger rice pigeon, male ghost charm weapons, bloody plagues. I turn them back upon our enemies, hosts of spirits, ghouls by the thousand, all the vicious cycles of yamas, murderous mamos, plagues, maras, cross charge, tricks of haunting ghosts, earth lords, mischief, kings of spirits, magnet demons, hordes, malice of planetary demons, evil spills of terror, thieving, goblins taking whatever they can, rights causing disease, ill-fated years and months, turn them back on enemies, bad dreams, divinations, 81, evil signs and 360, demons who've tracked us throughout all time, 91 unexpected events, 18 types of untimely death, and arrows shot by the right's 100 men, poison food from women on the left, turn them back upon our enemies, layman's mockery and the cursing lips of evil slaves, turn them back right now, bio for all enemies, turn them back, liberate them, bio obstructors, turn back, smash them each and every one to dust. Om Vajrakilaya Marakmo Yamo Kala Rupa Ning Sala Yam Yam So Sala Yam Yam Ning La Trill Trill Sola Chum Chum Chita Sola Tung Tung Ning Drakshe Jatum Re Lele Ning Sik Sik Or Shik Shik Gul Gul Nyak Nyak So So Dadi Mama Karma Shigam Karaye Mara Sena Parma Tanaye Om Om Vajrakilaya Hung 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 Dupra Maraya Bignen Kala Jamali Bignen Raja Dulin Shah Bignen Shik Shik Dum Dum Bignen Salpa Salpa Bignen Drum Drum Bio Bignen Muk Muk Bignen Terte Bignen Saldu Saldu Bignen. So cute. Page 83. The Vajra holders have stated that the attainment of accomplishments depends upon following a master. Therefore, to treat the master with contempt is said to be the first root downfall. To transgress the words of the Buddha is said to be the second downfall. To be angry with a Vajra brother or sister is the third fault pointed out. The Buddha taught that to abandon love for any being is fourth. To abandon bodhicitta, the root of the Dharma, is fifth. To belittle the teachings that are one's own or others' philosophical beliefs is sixth. To disclose the secret teachings to sentient beings who have not fully matured is seventh. To abuse one's own aggregates, the embodiment of the 5 Buddhas, is eighth. To doubt the pure nature of phenomena is ninth. To maintain a loving relations with evildoers is regarded 10th. To conceptualize phenomena that are without names and labels is 11th. To cause discouragement in those who have faith is 12th. Failing to rely on the appropriate Samaya substances at the required time is 13th. To disrespect women who are the nature of wisdom is 14th. A mantrika who avoids all 14 downfalls is certain to attain accomplishments. All broken and impaired root and branch samayas of body, speech, and mind, all faults and downfalls together with their numerous defilements, I openly confess and lay aside. Please bestow blessings to cleanse and purify them all. Om Vajrasato Samaya Manuvalaya Vajrasato Tvenopa Deshadega Mebawa Zudojayo Mebawa Subojayo Mebawa Anurakta Mebawa Sarvasede Metraya Sarva Karma Sitsame Sitsam Jayam Guru Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarva Dada Gata Vajramame Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sado. Oh, having turned the Gana Chakra wheel in Heruka's mandala, may I and all beings, everyone, become accomplished within one mandala. Om Vajrahamrita Hushitaya Huingbe. verse, the main wisdom bearing his main to the gathered deities. Then the peace restores the bones with Vajra siblings. Lastly, may this Dharma remains satisfy all worthy ones. Sister Bakshakahe. Arise, arise from these rise. Be roused, let your hearts be roused. Vajra youth and your court pervert. Peace, enrichment, subduing and rise. Guardians of the Buddha's word and oath-bound ones of this world and beyond, remembering your former promises, take this Dharma and engage actions. You steadfast guardians who dwell in this world of appearance, existence, come here. Please accept this Dharma and accomplish the deeds entrusted you. Namo, by the truth of the three Jews, the three roots, and the assembly of the 78 days of the Yidam Kumara, force every harmful being, Samaya, breaking demon and rebellious spirit beneath the storm of plate of blazing Mount Meru, drag them here. The mass of affliction, 6 causes, 4 conditions, karmic imprints born from ignorance are suppressed beneath the Mount Meru of self-born Rikpa. Om Ahung Lam Stambaya Nam. Summoning good fortune. Hungry in the watch and pure land of perfect happiness, even the name of sorrow's son. Amidaya's grand long life, regard me kind-heartedly in Bodal, pure land of perfect compassion, even by poison's names don't exist. Generously cold me with love, grant me the supreme city in lotus life, pure land of Vidyadhara's templess life. Even misery's names are gone, lotus born, grant your blessings, sky fair, rainbow body. In manifest joy, land of perfect bliss, even the names for confused, they don't exist. Vajrasattva, grand blessing, mirror like wisdom city, in glory endowed, land of perfect splendor, even names for confused bride don't exist. Ratna Sambhavam bestow equanimity, wisdom in day watch and pure land of infinite names. For confused desire are gone. Amitabha bless and grant discerning wisdom city, in fulfilled activity, land of perfect Buddha deeds. There's no words for jealousy. Amoga city, bestow all accomplishing wisdom in the Hogman Dharma sphere, endowed with my perfections. Ignorance does not exist. Vairocana grand Dharma, Dhatu wisdom city, grand vital essences of the 5 great mothers and long life. Yin emanated Udya, not Sajul dwells with Dakinis, grand bliss, emptiness, master, fortune of profound mantra, gurus whose of phenomena, where all lineage yidams dwell, grand awakening in one life, fortune of Mahamudra, in the sphere of self-display, dwell yidams of peace and wrath, grand, supreme and common power, city fulfilling all aim. In 24 sacred sides gather infinite sky dancer, grand ripening liberating powers, fortune of secret mantra, in Dharmakaya sings spa, dwell the lineage loans and king, grand enlightened acts in grace to stages mantra deity, in all taming to sphere, dwell Mahakala and Gorn, grand subjugating piety, fortune of enlightened hungry in Vajrakilaya, but dwells the wealth god Dzambhala, who acts kindly for all being, master of life, merit, wealth, food and fortune with your court. Don't waver from your heart place. Think of us compassionately. Bring here all long life, fortune. Bring here fortune of cattle, fortune of swift horses, and wealth of wish granting livestock, the fortune of fertile sheep, and of herds and moles, fortune of goats and sows, best cattle, wealth of wish granting cows, bull, mules to carry heavy loads, all this good fortune bring here, fortune of fine lovely silk, highly priced gold and silver, fertile soil and the 6 grains, precious gems and ornament, food and drink of every kind, bring them here as good fortune, formless fortune from above. Gods, go spirits, wealth, midway, Nagas wishing gem below, 3 worlds, gods and humans, well, bring them here as good fortune, Lupak, Bo's body fortune, Zambuling, Soling, Dharma, Balang, Joe's fortune, world, dominions, longevity, beings, life, strength, and merit, of all lands grant their fortune, Indian kings religious might, Chinese kings all reaching force, Persian kings fortune and wealth, the army of King Gesar, the courage of Ukarhor, has good fortune, bring them here, fortune of the endless sky, fortune of the stable grounds, perfect wealth, food and clothing, raging splendor, riches, strength, armor, weapons, miracle powers, monks who uphold the scriptures, fortune of brave and strong boys, beautiful and virtuous girls, pure offspring, please all of these, bring them here as good fortune, like the moon's eastern rise, eastern long life origin, come like the swirling southern clouds, southern long life fortune come, like enshrouding mist, where stirring long life fortune please come here, like a river flows northern. Long life fortune please come here, like rain falling from above. Lower long life fortune come, like 6 grains ripening below. Lower long life fortune come, fortune of melodious praise. Come like turquoise dragons roar, fortune of hearts tuned and line. Come like dazzling star garland, Hong raised on Vajradaki. They bring life fortune, pacify disease, demon hindrances. Southern jewel Taki, they bring resources, food and wealth, expand life, merit, riches. Western lotus Daki, they summon power to tame all things, samsara, nirvana. Northern action Daki, they bring the four enlightened acts, annihilate hinders evil. Wealth gods with your head, no, bring here all the world's fortune, bring auspicious objects here, bring fortunate objects here, always remain at this place and make these fortunes steadfast. Potent eyes lie substance, and at this place protect wealth, please remain firm unchanged. Grant eternal life, city, grant endless treasure, city, grant wealth and merit, city. Grant to cities, let them be accomplished spontaneously. Sarva city, Allah. Om Ahung. 3 Kayas, Lama, deities of longevity, dakinis of Uddiyana, and assembly of wealth gods, please bestow the 4 empowerments upon me and other fortunate disciples. Being bestowed with the supreme form empowerment upon my body, may I attain the indestructible Vajra body. Being bestowed with the supreme speech empowerment upon my speech, may I attain the power of Brahma's 60 melodies. Being bestowed with the supreme mind empowerment upon my mind, may I attain power over the unborn simplicity. May I obtain the essence Kaya empowerment, the ultimate empowerment that is the spontaneous presence of the 3 Kayas. May I obtain the empowerment of the Guru's 3 Kayas, which causes the 3 poisons to manifest as the 3 Kayas. May I obtain the empowerment of the long life deities of the 5 families, which causes the 5 poisons to manifest as the 5 aspects of primordial wisdom. May I obtain the empowerment of the dakinis of Uddiyana, by which the body of deathless primordial wisdom is attained. May I obtain the empowerment of white Dzambhala Yabhyum, which effortlessly and spontaneously accomplishes ordinary and sublime cities. May I attain the empowerment of wealth gods and treasure lords, which perfects the abundance of food, wealth, and riches. May I obtain the empowerment of Mahamudra, which liberates from samsara's pain. May I obtain the empowerment of self-knowing Dharmakaya, which is the primordial purity of the delusional perceptions of unawareness. May I obtain the empowerment of the great completion, which is the primordial purity of all phenomena of samsara and nirvana. May I obtain the empowerment of the great middle way, which naturally liberates the 4 extremes of eternalism and nihilism. May I obtain the empowerment of the perfection of wisdom, which is inexpressible, being beyond words and thoughts. May I obtain the empowerment of total openness, free from fixation, which naturally liberates dualistic propensities. May I obtain the empowerment of immortal life, which is the unchanging expanse of awareness. May I obtain the empowerment of awakening within one lifetime, which is the endless accumulation of merit. Home free. The Guru who is the three Kayas, the deities of longevity, Dakinis of Uddiyana and assembly of wealth gods, my own body, speech and mind, this life, all solid and substantial matter, all these dissolve, like clouds dissolving in the sky, or water pouring into water, without reference point, into the all-pervasive open space of Ah. Within a state of non-distraction, rest at ease. In the unborn basic space of phenomena, let go of everything. In a state of simplicity, remain free and open. Seal with steadfastness. Samaya, seal, seal, seal. Hum Shri. By this virtue of timelessness beyond the three times, may all beings be relieved from the suffering of poverty, hunger, and thirst, and may all wishes and enjoyments be fulfilled. At last, may they swiftly attain the most excellent state of the Master Padmasambhava and Amitabha in the Buddha field of great bliss, and reach the ground of no return. Om Vajrakilaya